So, Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you you lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a don't talk about my wife, you stupid. Shut your mouth.
Oh.
Shut your stupid mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did
daddies?
I just say?
Your wife with the 3
Sorry,
baby
I'm
daddies?
sorry. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch
Looks
licking?
like a South Park
Do
character.
the men that you try to...
Do the women that you try
show
to...
your hatred against...
Do the women that you try
convince them
to...
that they shouldn't...
You know, Charlie, did I bring any of your family into anything?
Stupid.
Did I say anything about your family being stupid, Charlie?
You could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bull.
Let's
You
go
are not
through
a
it.
traditional man.
Well, that was a nasty read. One of the hallmarks of the red pill community is hypocrisy, capping in their raps. And every single day on the internet, a new hypocrite in the community is exposed. That is red pill manosphere commentator Andrew Wilson. And if you don't know who Andrew Wilson is, well, this is Andrew Wilson.
Can you think of a single time ever in history where women have collectivized and used force to take anything from men?
Not force.
And so if that's the case and men have a monopoly on force, you're always going to have to appeal to them to not use it on you. Because here's the dirty truth, and it's brutal, and I'm sorry, but I'm not going to lie to you. I know that if men collectivize in the West and decide to put women in little cages, there's not a they can do about it. So they really have to appeal to the benevolence of men.
Hello?
And all they do is demonize them. The majority of countries, women have no fucking rights.
In those countries, are they democratic?
No. What do they need
Do
to
you
be?
think if they suddenly were democratic, then that could change?
I don't know. Iraq is democratic now, and I don't know about the whole women's rights thing there.
In Afghanistan, if you gave women, if you implemented democracy
who gave them that? Who?
If men suddenly gave women the right to vote.
If men suddenly gave women rights, that's crazy. If men gave women rights, the women could do stuff. I'm fucking razzle-dazzled by this argument.
No
Tell me more.
No one ever said men were physically weaker or had less of a monopoly.
Well, I'm just saying, you're just saying to me that if men gave women the right
Also,
things...
that's a pivot from what I'm saying.
It's not. You said if men in Afghanistan suddenly gave women the right to vote, then things would sure change. Yeah, no shit. If a brother and sister, the sister can't reproduce, want a hump, who are you to say they can't, Greg?
Could you defend that incest is good because the brother and the sister, they both consent, they continually consent? Is that something that you could defend with secular humanism?
No, there's a potential for harm there.
If you have a higher percentage of people who get married and they have all of those like problems, right? When it's same types of problems, depression, this and that, wouldn't you have to say, well, then you shouldn't get married?
The question was about incestuous
Yeah, but don't you understand the point here? The entailment is, if your only objection to it is, well, it could possibly cause you to become depressed, you would have to apply that to all interpersonal relationships, of which, if they break up, the person could become depressed.
Man, oh man, that's some of the worst content I've ever consumed. But recently, Andrew Wilson is in the headline for different reasons, and I will say this is a large part of the reason why the entirety of the red pill community is dying. One of the mainstays in the red pill and manosphere community is criticizing women with kids. We've seen the criticisms before on the No Fugazi podcast, Fresh and Fit, hell, even Kevin Samuels. Women with kids are used goods and not fit for men to be dating. Hell, even Andrew's podcast made on the Whatever podcast has made the similar sentiments on the same show.
Eventually down the line, there's going to be an expectation, if you're in a relationship with a single mother, the single mother is going to expect the guy to provide, not just for you, but for the kid. And so that adds like sort of a double duty to provide for a child that's not yours. The issue with that though is there's all the responsibility, but none of the corresponding authority. So she might expect you to provide, but she might not allow you as the guy to have any authority over the child. To me, if you're going to be responsible providing for a child and you're going to step in as a stepfather, you aren't given authority over the kid. Like most single moms are not going to like allow you to discipline their kid, but they will expect you to provide for their kid. So it's all the responsibility with none of the authority.
It's almost like these platforms get like pamphlets every single month to say to themselves like, hey, this is the narrative that we're pushing with these specific talking points, because they use everything. I mean, everything the same. And this is where it gets tricky in the red pill community. A lot of the times the stuff that they talk about are anti their lifestyle. Some of the key bullets and talking points of this community, women aren't shit, men are superior, you got to get a lot of money, etc., etc., don't date 304s, are not how they live in their actual lives. And Andrew is no different. Maybe a different face than the ones that we've criticized before, No Fugazi, Myron, Walter, or whoever else in the red pill community that's been exposed for living their lives. He's just a different face in New Day. So when he got called out on his platform about having these people, he turned into the same exact emotional creatures that he tends to criticize on the platform. And it's actually very hard to watch.
You lick sniz.
What does that
You're a
mean?
fucking. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your mouth. Shut your stupid mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did I just say?
Wife with the 3
Sorry,
baby
doll. I'm
daddies?
sorry. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to
Do the women that you try
show
to?
your hatred against?
Do the women
they,
that you try
convince
to?
them that they shouldn't?
You know,
like,
Charlie.
The reason why I can't respect Andrew in this situation at all is he, unlike others, aren't even attempting to justify or say, hey, there are exemptions to rules or make up any sort of philosophy or theory. He goes to 5th grade antics mimicking this young woman and then goes on to call her all types of names. He says, don't talk about my family, when literally the purpose of these platforms and podcasts is digging into young girls, talking about their family and trying to get to the reason as to why they are who they are, to unpack the difference between men and women. Andrew, you talk about people's families all the time. But now that the shoe is on the other foot, you turn into an emotional baby. Which brings me to my second point about his hypocrisy. Andrew and the entire red pill community oftentimes talk about how women tend to be more emotional and that in the face of adversity, they always lean on the emotional side of the conversation. But every time I see Andrew Wilson being in a debate in which he is clearly either losing or is just trying to hammer home a point, he is the first person in all these conversations to go the emotional route.
I will be needing to leave at 6 p.m. So for anyone who is leaving or who is watching and not 6:30, because I have a lot of reasons.
I mean, you agreed to do
6:30, I thought.
6:30.
There's a lot of reasons. I mean, I have some health issues. I just sitting here for this prolonged period. I was not told, by the way, that this was going to be 3 hours. I thought it was going to be an hour max.
We didn't specify that it was going to be an hour max.
I actually was very poor communication on your end. But anyways, I'm telling you that I will
Not
be
poor
leaving at 6.
communication on your end. You're going to a show and didn't bother asking how long it was going to be.
I mean, again,
Why would you have
I
a different
I
assumption?
have health problems.
Yeah, but why
I
would
mean,
you
are
have
you
a
serious?
different
Like,
assumption?
are you fucking
I'm
serious?
fucking serious. Why would you have
I
a different
health
assumption?
issues.
How would we know that?
I'm telling you now.
Oh, you're fundamentally a dishonest person.
I mean, that's just kind of something that you don't want to disclose because it's a little embarrassing.
Are you cry?
Look,
strong
we're
woman.
not asking
I thought you were a strong
Look,
woman.
I hope you guys
cry?
have a really
Hold
good day.
on,
I'm
hold on,
leaving.
Hold on,
No.
Andrew.
You
We're
gonna
not
cry?
asking. Hold on.
I thought you were a strong
Kylie,
woman.
All right.
Shouldn't
You know,
like,
Charlie, did I
pursue
bring
women? Do they know
Charlie?
that
Did
your
I bring
wife
your
is 5
family?
years older?
Did I bring any of your
You
family
called me
into
fucking
anything?
stupid.
Did I
You
say
called
anything
me
about
fucking
your
stupid.
family being stupid, Charlie?
could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
There's no way that you can really sit there and justify being a big, strong, manly man, you know, not getting emotional, et cetera, et cetera. But when presented with actual facts about your life, you can't even stand in it and you actually become emotional. It's literally hypocrisy by definition. It doesn't make any sense to me. I would have rather had Andrew sit in there and say, well, you know what? I actually found somebody who made me feel as if there is an exception to the rule and it is possible. But generally speaking, don't date single mother. I don't know. That would have been a better way to phrase it. But with how much energy he speaks about these different situations, to go behind closed doors and not live that actual life is super weird and disgusting to me. And I think that the woman debating Andrew that got him so upset actually kind of hits the nail on the head about his whole life and the entirety of the red pill community.
Better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit because
Let's
you
go
are not
through
a
it.
traditional man.
Chuck, let's go through it.
You are not a traditional
Let's
man.
go through it, Chuck.
None of these guys are traditional men. Literally anybody holding a mic, claiming to be a part of the red pill community, claiming to be a part of the manosphere, claiming to be a part of this organization that pushes against these rhetorics and ideologies of modern Western women, talking about men's self-help and men's improvement, et cetera, et cetera. None of them are traditional men. They all got successful off of rage baiting and working a social media algorithm. And day by day, their lives get exposed to the masses. And it's okay. I think the masses would understand that there are situations and circumstances that aren't going to align with the ideal picture of masculinity, whatever the hell that is. But you can't be the one peddling this information while simultaneously in the background living a different life. I wouldn't want a trainer yelling at me over and over again about my diet, my exercise, and my health, while then going home, eating Snickers, ice cream, cookies, and cakes, not working out, and not sleeping properly. And especially when we know that the red pill community, the manosphere community, all these communities, people like Andrew Wilson are leading into real life impact and effects on young men in society, it actually is very disgusting, disheartening, and alarming that in 2025, they are unraveling at the seams only after they've done years and years worth of damage that probably cannot be fixed. But I'm here to tell you that those manosphere guys like Andrew Wilson are not real. They're not even halfway living in their truth. They're actually embarrassed about their lives. Hell, that's why he's not even going up on this mic and saying, yeah, that is my family. I love them. No, he's embarrassed about his situation because it completely contradicts the mess that he is selling on the internet. But I'm here to tell you, Andrew Wilson is exactly who I have displayed in this video. He is a grifter. He is a beta male. He is an emotional baby who doesn't live his life. And more importantly, he's a weak excuse for a man. Somebody who can't even open up a pickle jar.
I'm supposed to open the pickle jar? I gotta grip it.
Uh-oh, Andrew. If you can't open it either.
Your hand greased the whole top of it. Literally slippery.
Oh.
I'm supposed to open the pickle jar?
Another opportunity with.
Grab me a paper towel so I can dry the top of it off.
You're the big, strong man. There you go. Come on.
I can't grip the fucker. Like, I gotta have a way to grip it. I gotta grip it. Try it. You fucker. Bullshit. I'm supposed to open the pickle jar?